The Honda Navi. You clicked on this video because you wanted to know about it, right? Well, I'm the guy to ask.
Back in that bag again. Whoa, whoa, yeah. Hey.
Because I'm one of the Navi YouTube OGs along with Quasi Motard, Life of Birch, NW Native, and we've been discussing the Honda Navi for over a few years now. So if you're gonna ask me my thoughts on the Honda Navi, well, let's dive right into it.
Back in that bag again. Whoa, whoa, yeah. Hey. Back in that, yeah. Tell them to watch it. Now I ain't talking my pockets, just know we ain't running out the way that we.
One in the Ranger green, one in red. This was originally red. Swapped out the plastics, which is an easy fix, easy to do. It's cheap too. I have a video on that. If you're looking to swap out the plastics, go check out my channel. Don't just, so many people just watch one video of mine like, hey, this was a great video, I learned a lot. Well, if you want to learn more about the Navi or the Honda Rebel or the Honda Rebel 1100T, listen, go search out my channel. I've got tons of videos. I've got at least 150 videos on the Honda Navi alone. And I have a video about swapping out the plastics. It can be done for like 50 bucks, swapping out all of it. Go check that one out too. All right, guys, so you're looking at me riding the Honda Navi. It's 110 cc's, technically 109. Fuel capacity is just under 1 gallon. You're looking at like 0.9. Honda gives a spec of the fuel capacity, like the miles per gallon. It's some ridiculous number, but it really does not get that. It kind of just varies on the rider and how you ride the bike itself, you know, and weight has a big issue on it too. The bike itself weighs like 234 pounds, so it's a pretty light bike. It's similar to the Honda Gram. You know, the Honda Gram has a clutch. This does not. It's an automatic bike, so essentially it's just twist and go. And it has a CVT transmission, which is basically just like a scooter. So I always like to call the Honda Navi a scooter in disguise. But, you know, I think this bike is a lot cooler than a scooter, considering it does look like a motorcycle. And, you know, you're going to get a lot of looks on it. You're going to get a lot of people asking you what kind of bike it is. What is it? Is it electric? But it's fun. It's fun to talk about. It's a fun bike. I think the price is really reasonable. Resale, you can probably get them for around MSRP. But there's a lot of mods for the bike too. I do have a video on all the mods that I did on the bike, and lately there's been more and more companies coming out with mods, so you might want to look into that. So there she is in all her glory. Obviously, if you are new to Navis, this is a modded Navi. This is not how it looks stock. It'd be pretty cool if it did, but it still looks cool coming from the factory. Would I recommend a Honda Navi if you've never rode a motorcycle before? Absolutely yes. This bike is so much fun. I've got over close to 7,000 miles on this thing. The bike is just, it's fun. People are gonna wonder what it is. Is it electric? How fast does it go? You'll get so many questions on it. No joke, I get more questions about this Honda Navi on the road than I've ever got on the Honda Rebel. So it's a cool bike. A lot of people think it's a Grom too. If they don't know much about bikes, I hear the old, hey, nice Grom. Not a Grom. But it is a 110 cc bike. It'll get you up to about 52 miles per hour. All those variables can change depending on weight, but usually you're gonna get about 52 miles per hour. My bike modded, I can get it up a little bit faster. Is it good on gas? It is pretty good on gas. It's not what Honda says. Honda quotes some crazy number. It really doesn't get those numbers. But, I mean, overall, if gas is a concern, it shouldn't be. It doesn't take much to fill this up, and you'll get plenty of mileage out of it. Your gas tank is like a normal bike. And why do I say a normal bike? Because technically, this is a CVT transmission, and technically, I mean, if we're gonna get real here, it's kind of pretty much a scooter, but you don't lay your feet flat. You lay it, obviously, you put your feet around it like a motorcycle, which is super cool. There's your gas tank. And you know, guys, the MSRP, it says $1,807. Is that correct? Not really. You're gonna pay, you know, the little Honda fees and all that. You can go on Facebook Marketplace and get it for probably that. But if you want a brand new one and you're gonna go to a Honda dealership, don't pay any more, and I'm gonna give you a crazy range here, $2,200, and at the max, $29. I know people that say they've paid $3,000, $3,100, too much, way too much. They can bring it down, or they're being greedy. And now, look at the date of this video. There's so many Navis now on the market, dealers cannot make those crazy prices anymore. When I got this motorcycle 2 years ago, I called 19 Honda dealerships. All of them laughed when I asked, do you have any Honda Navis? Because it was a joke. They were hard to get. And now you can get them. So I would say don't even pay $29, pay less than that. This was $2,900 out the door. My brother's was actually at a different Honda dealership. His was like $2,650 out the door. So obviously, yes, do your shopping. Go to different Hondas. Call around. Don't let them gouge you in the prices. There's no way you should. Honestly, that is a fair price for a brand new one. So think about that. Another thing I do love about the Honda Navi is just how convenient it is. You turn the key, you go, there's no shifting. Do I like a clutch? Yes, I love a clutch. The Grom, which is similar to this bike, it's part of the Mini Moto lineup. The Grom does have a clutch. So if you want a clutch and you want to learn how to clutch, get a Grom. I just like the Navi a lot, so I got that. I rode on a Grom and I love the Grom. The Grom's a cool bike. But for a Grom, you're gonna pay way more. So this thing has a lot of cool features on it too. Things that you wouldn't expect let's just put it this way. This is the bottom of the totem pole bike. This is their entry level Honda, on all their Honda lineups. I mean, I could say Mini Moto lineup, but technically on all their Hondas, this is the cheapest one they have. They did some cool features. They have a petcock. So you have a reservoir here. So if you're running out of gas, you can just simply put it to the up position, and it'll use the gas that is in the carburetor. Yes, I said carburetor. Yes, this bike is carbureted. I know it's crazy, but it is a carbureted bike. Right now it's in the O. I guess that's an O. That's an off position. You should have that in the off position when you're not using it. If you're gonna park the bike for maybe a few hours, put it to the off position. A lot of guys just still leave it on. When you are riding it, you do turn it down. That's the little notch in the black thing. That is your guide to line it up. But like I said, if you run out of fuel, turn it up. It'll use the remaining fuel out of the carburetor. I've heard it will get you another like 11 miles. So hopefully that gets you to the gas station. Obviously, these are not the stock mirrors. This is a Pro Taper pad. No, this is not a Pro Taper bar, but Pro Taper does make a bar for this Navi. You can put that on there if you'd like. You do not get a windshield, but Honda does make a OEM accessory for the Navi. So this is a Honda windshield. They make it in the clear. They make it in the dark tinted. That is personal preference. I do like the clear one. Does it do anything? No, it's more for looks. And I think it looks way better with that. That is not the stock headlight. That is made by Bory Customs, B-O-R-Y. C-U-S-T-O-M-S. You can find them on Instagram. Find out more about that headlight. It is pretty cool. It's a LED headlight. You do have to do an AC-DC conversion. If you don't know what that is, go search it up in my videos. There's a video on that. And that's the only way you can run that type of headlight. Front fender does not come like that. I painted it. Obviously, it looks like that. Rims do not get those cool colors on there. Those are rim decals. Got those at Scooter Swap Shop. You can get those for, I think they were like 30 bucks. You get for both sides. You just simply clean your rim real good and then place those stickers all around. The thing I get asked about all the time, all the time, like questions, everything. The gold front fork, that is vinyl wrap. That is gold vinyl wrap. That's all it is. I just went on Amazon and ordered gold vinyl wrap, and I simply placed it around. Does it stick? Yes. I've put in 7,000 miles on this thing, and that vinyl wrap has not deteriorated, not peeled off, anything. Can I leave a link in the description? No, because I don't exactly remember who I ordered it from, but I'm sure all the gold vinyl wrap is the same. Just don't get like a super cheap quality. But that looks really nice. Got these little Honda Navi caps for the tires. Yes, Honda Navi. Stop saying Navi. It's not Navi. People are driving me crazy with that. It is Honda Navi. Go to any Honda website and you will see Honda representatives saying Navi, like navigation, Navi. That's what it is. Navi, not Navi. Stop it. Guys, one of the coolest things about this thing is a storage box. Look at this thing. Is that insane or what? It is a perfect box for putting in all of your beer. No, I'm just kidding. It's the things to put in, you know, wipes to clean your hands. That's what I use. I have some extra tools. I don't even know what's in here. Oh, some gloves. Forgot I even had these. HWK. But you can fit a lot in here. Fit your food, whatever you want. And it is insulated. How cool is that? Little insulated box. It locks, which is super cool. Crash bars, they do not come with this either. This is a company sent me that, so you could just search for that. I don't know where you can get that. Other cool things I've done to this is obviously I've taken the air box off. I've added a air filter. You can buy a tube online with the filter and it like curves around and it comes out here. You've probably seen it if you've been looking at modded Honda Navis. I did not like that. I feel like the air was getting trapped and it was making a bogging noise. So I directly connected the filter to the carburetor. Have had no issues. But yeah, that's an easy setup. If you don't know how to do that, like I said, search my videos. Guys, another cool thing. Shock, not stock. This is from, yes, Ruckhouse. Look it up. Comes from Canada. It's good quality. The stock OEM Navi shock actually sucks. It's a harsh ride. This is nice. It's adjustable. It's like 39 bucks. I couldn't believe it. No, maybe it was more. It was super cheap. All I remember is super cheap. It came from Canada and it literally took like 2 days. That one there. And then obviously another thing people are asking me about are these tires. Yes, I upgraded the tires. So did my brother. You do not want the stock tires. They are terrible. They are so, the rear one is so skinny. This is the upgraded 10-inch. Still the upgraded 12-inch in the front. Yes, you can do the 12-inch in the rear. But, you know, it's a little tricky. You'll have to look up some videos to see how to do that. I do recommend this. This makes it a lot better. The stock one is literally like a bike tire. It's so much more skinnier in here. I will show you. Here is the stock rear. I don't know if you can see, it doesn't, on camera it doesn't look as great, but it is, trust me, it is way better than that stock one there. That's a better view there. I mean, that thing's sketchy. Another thing I did was the rear delete, the cleanup. I cleaned up the plate here. That is by Kemimoto. I have a video on that. Shout out to Kemimoto, sponsor of mine. They sent me that. Another little thing I did here, kind of my, not little thing, my big thing. Vance & Hines exhaust. Love Vance & Hines, good sponsor of mine. Best part of the bike was changing out this exhaust. The stock exhaust is the worst thing I've ever seen. Vance & Hines, what's up? Guys, right now, this is the version 2. I heard they're making a version 3. Just due to there was issues with it cracking at the flange. This is the version 2, and I've put, I would say roughly 4,000 miles on this, and I've had no issues. It's been solid, it's running fine. If there is a version 3 coming out, you guys will be the first to know. I will let you know. And but right now I'm not doing anything about it because it's fine. It works for me. I did swap out the oil cap. These you can get on eBay. They're just swap out the little black dipstick. Although when you do this, keep in mind you don't have the dipstick. It's just a cap, but it looks cool. Doing oil changes on the Navi is super easy. Go on my go on this channel here and you'll see a video on how to do oil changes. Quasimotar did a really good video on doing an oil change for the Navi too. I do have the underglow lighting Added different things like these Honda decals. I get a lot of questions about this too. I got these on eBay. They're circular, like really good quality resin decals. They fit perfectly in here. You do have to trim literally a millimeter off around to get it in there perfectly. But I did do the USB. That's right here. Ran that to the battery. That was connected originally to my quad lock charger right here. But I took it off. I had it on the Navi, took it off, but I could still, you know, connect my phone just with a little USB charger if I want. That's, you know, guys, there's other things I'm sure I left out that you want to know, but, you know, oh, how could I forget? Guys, cheeky seats. Shout out to Susie. Look at that. That's a seat cover. That's not a replacement seat. That's a seat cover. Cheeky seats. They make it look so good, you would never know that's a seat cover. You can choose your coloring. You can choose your stitching. You can choose the color of the stitching. You can choose the pattern. Do you want diamond? Look at it. My brother went with the diamond. There's just so much about it. There's so many little accessories. Here's another one accessory. Guys, just, you can really mod these things out however you want now. It's kind of crazy. When I first started with the Navi, there really wasn't much out there. All right, so back to the real question. Do I recommend getting a Navi if you are a new rider? Yes. You will love it, or get a Grom. Either one. Just remember, Grom clutch, Navi no clutch. This is twist and go. It's a fun bike. Let me tell you something. Are you gonna have the urge to upgrade? Wink, wink. Yes. I'm telling you, if you've never rode a motorcycle or a scooter, do it. If in the back of your mind you're always said, I would like to ride, just to kind of try it out. Do it, and trust me, you're gonna be addicted. It's gonna be your new passion. It's gonna be where your paychecks go, unfortunately. And you will be addicted, trust me. It is fun. And then eventually, I would give you about maybe 2 years, and you're gonna tell me, hey, I bought a new bike, or I traded in the Navi, or I kept the Navi and got something else. I always recommend Honda. I'm a Honda guy, obviously. Honda Rebel 1100. Do I recommend upgrading from a Navi to a Rebel 1100 if you are a new rider? No, I'm not a new rider. I've rode motorcycles and dirt bikes since I was 10 years old. And you probably would want to be really familiar with the safety riding. You probably want to maybe even take a safety course on riding. I never have. My brother never has. We've been riding, like I said, bikes since we were kids. So if you're familiar with the safety, I'm not even talking about the actual bike. I'm talking about safety. I'm talking about watching your surroundings, watching all the crazy drivers, knowing when to, you know, turn into a lane, all that stuff. If you feel comfortable 100%, not 90%, but 100%, go ahead, step it up. Step up your game. Get a new bike. I did the Rebel 1100. My brother did the Rebel 1100. If you think that's a little bit too much bike for you, I got 2 options you could do. The Rebel 1100 has a rain mode. You can put it in rain mode, and it's just a slower mode, and just get used to that for a while, and then maybe step it up to standard, and then sport. Sport is a whole new ball game on this bike. It totally transforms the riding of that bike. It's pretty quick. You can do something like that, or you can get a Rebel 500. So go from like a Navi or a Grom to a Rebel 500 and get used to that and see how you like that. And then maybe eventually you'll want an 1100. Do I recommend getting a Honda Rebel 300 after the Navi? No. A Honda Rebel 300, it's just, the bike's just, it's just kind of slow. To me, it's a little dreadful. You're not gonna enjoy it. The 500 is perfect. It's got the perfect, it gets up and goes. It's actually a great bike. And then you could always just stick with the 500. I mean, it's a great all-around bike, and that could be your lifetime bike. I don't know. I just wanted the 1100. I just wanted to step it up all the way. But either one, 500, 1100, but you'll be good. You'll be good either way. And you can customize those bikes too. Unfortunately, there's not a ton of customization for the Honda Rebel. You know, they're not Harleys. Harley has so many crazy upgrades. They're still awesome bikes regardless, and you can do so much. These are not stock by no means. So much have been done to these bikes too. But guys, Honda Navi, This bike's awesome. You're gonna get a ton of looks on this thing, ton of questions about it. You're gonna love it. And insurance is cheap. Everything about it is cheap. Replacing stuff is cheap too. Like if you had to replace this headlight cowl, it's like $1.80. Yeah, you heard me, $1.80. It's cheap. It's cheap to maintain this bike. Oil changes are cheap. Everything's cheap. This is a rear rack. I forgot to mention that. This is made by Honda. Does it do much? No, but it looks cool. But yeah, look, I mean, here, he's got a rear rack. What are you looking at? He's got a rear rack. This is by Kemimoto. A little bit different, metal. A lot of different ways to clip on like a bungee to hold down stuff. There's just a lot of options you can do, guys. I really do think you'll like the Honda Navi. If you have any questions, leave comments down below. Every comment I answer, so leave a comment. I reply back. I try to reply back in a decent time. Unless I don't know what the hell you're talking about, I will not respond. That's it, guys. I hope you liked this video. I just want to do a quick video about the Navi because I've been getting a lot of people asking me more and more questions about it. And I've noticed too that the Navi is getting 10 times more popular too lately. So many people are like getting into this bike. It's insane. So with all that being said, guys, give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.